Restart there and cut. Good morning, welcome once again to another broadcast coming to you live and direct here straight from my home. Welcome. I trust that every one of you are alive and well and ready to roll. Alive and well and ready to roll. Let's see, make sure everything's running good here. Looks like we're live. Yep, we're running good there. Let's check out where we are here on... Let's see here. Let's see how we're doing in, let's see here on YouTube. View my channel. Coming to you live morning broadcast. There we go. Broadcasting live on YouTube. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. Good to go. Gloria a Dios. Welcome. God bless you guys. God bless you. All right. Good morning, everybody. God bless you guys. I trust you guys are doing fantastic. Let's go ahead and start the day off with a word of prayer. Then we're going to get into a word of prophecy. And we're going to see how long Facebook wants to stick with us. I don't want to lose my Facebook channel, so I just kind of say that facetiously. So Facebook, be nice to me. Will you be nice? Play nice, Facebook. Mr. Facebook. Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, will you play nice with me? Got a really good one for you today. Oh, I have a good one for you today. Hey, those of you that are watching right now, if you want to be able to stay with us and watch us on a regular basis, whether you're watching on TikTok or watching on YouTube or Facebook, remember to go to TViewer, TVUER. And the TViewer application, I have no problems. Being that I own it, nobody can take me off in Jesus' name. But I'm not doing anything bad. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just speaking a prophetic word. And so with everything that's going on right now in the Middle East, I think we need to pray. I got my shirt, pray. You want one of these shirts, let me know. They're $20 plus shipping and handling. It's Pray, Fast, Give. You want to know God, pray. You want the power of God, fast. You want the prosperity of God, give. 3 different things. Which one you want? Pray, fast, give. You don't have to do any one of them, but it doesn't mean you have to receive it without doing what it says to do. I wanted to give you that just for the morning. Good morning. Let's see who's on here. I can't see who's on here. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Facebook has me that I'm only broadcasting on me. You dirty rascal. Oh my God. Check this out on TikTok and I'm going to screenshot it. It's Facebook. No wonder. Look what they did. Only me. The only person who can see me on Facebook is me. Only me. I'm going to screenshot it. Only me can see my broadcast on Facebook. Only me. Man, those dirty rascals. Discard. And I can't change that. Only me. I can't help but laugh. I know you're over here saying, what are you talking about? Well, it says only me. And let's see here. Everybody on TikTok's going to pause just for a second. I have it scheduled to where everybody can see it, but apparently they have it set that only I can see it. I don't know if you can see it there. But right up here, there's a little lock right there. I'm the only one that can see it right there. That little lock right there says that I'm the only one that can see the live broadcast. That's crazy. Uh-oh. I'm back on TikTok. There you are, TikTok. God bless you guys. Bear with me. There we go. But this is par for the course for what's been going on with all this social wars. I think that's what I'm going to call it, social wars. Let me see what YouTube says. No, YouTube is looks like I'm broadcast everywhere on YouTube. I'm not restricted on YouTube. But on Facebook, they have where my live broadcast only goes. I'm the only one that can see it. They've got me locked down on the lockdown. So let's not stop his broadcasting. Let's just, oh, man, that could be frustrating, let me tell you. So if anybody thinks that this is make-believe, it's not make-believe, it's real. I'm showing it to you firsthand. They're locking me down out of Facebook. Can't talk about prophecies. Can't talk about my live broadcast. I've been tagged. So I got to be careful how I say things because they can literally remove my entire Facebook page with the 15,000 followers that I have. Because I am going to take this video and edit it. So you might be watching this on delay. I might even take it and post it like if it's a live broadcast. I might do that. I might edit it and see what they do. So I'm going to test the boundaries. So if I lose everybody on Facebook, if I lose my Facebook page, then everybody will know why I lost my Facebook page because I got all these other platforms that I can be on, and I can always create another Facebook page, but it'll have not as many followers and subscribers. Might not be a bad thing. Might be a good thing. But, I been canceled before with over 100,000 followers, so be back to the drawing board. Maybe I should just throw all my effort, 100% of it, in YouTube and my TViewer app and only use Facebook to advertise. That might be what I'm going to do. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 39. Let's talk a little bit about what's taking place in today's environment. I don't know if you've been watching. Israel's had a hard time. Iran's had a hard time being able to respond to Israel, even though it's been shooting back. But Israel went and took out a bunch of people. Yesterday, President Trump was putting out a bunch of news reports out there. And people want to know, what is he doing? You have to have read all of Trump's books to understand the personality of Trump and his modus operandi. What's his agenda? I've read every one of his books. He's got 22 of them, and they're not in circulation anymore. Not all the books. Some of them, but not all of them. People think only The Art of the Deal is his bestseller, but he's sold millions and millions and millions of books. But I got to tell you, the last book that I read from him was called Think Like a Billionaire, and I was disgusted. Disgusted. Truth be told. So many bad words, so many swear words, so many hard thoughts. But I've discovered, being that we have more billionaires that are in the public forum, and we're beginning to hear how they and see how they work, I have to be honest with you that book was accurate. Think Like a Billionaire. It was accurate. He was actually saying how billionaires think. And even though I was disgusted with the way they think, because it's impossible for myself, people around me, to think the same way. And it was just a very vicious. The way a billionaire thinks is different than the way a regular person thinks. So, he may not be the same person. I don't know. But it is what it is. I did vote for him 3 times, though. 3 times I voted for him. Ezekiel 39:1. And you, son of man, prophesy against Gog and Magog. Prophesy against Gog and say, Thus saith the Lord, before I am against you, O Gog, prince of Rosh, Meshach, and Tubal, and I shall turn you around, drive you out, take you up from the remotest parts of the north, and bring you against the mountains of Israel. And I shall strike your bow from your left hand, and dash down your arrows from your right hand. And you shall fall on the mountains of Israel, you and all your troops, and the peoples who are with you. I shall give you as food to every kind of predatory bird and beast of the field. First thing we need to recognize on this is, God says, I will guide you there. Says, I'm against you. He says, and I shall turn you around and drive you on. Take you up from the remotest parts of the north and bring you against the mountains of Israel. What's happening in the Middle East today? If this is the battle that was prophesied here before the coming of Christ, this is God who's brought them against Israel to bring them down. Now, Iran is not from the north. Iran is on the eastern side of Israel. The northern side is Russia. So Gog and Magog. So everyone who says Gog, first of all, Gog is the person who is in authority. Magog is the region. Those are the two different items you got to understand. Gog is the person. Magog is the region. Person of the north is Russia. So the time to watch that this is end times is when Russia comes into play. And those north, which also known as Turkey, that are north of Israel, those are the ones that God is going to maneuver them to enter into Israel. Now, Iran has alliances with all those that are around Israel. And it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Now, Hamas has attacked Israel. It's been 2 years, 3 years now. Still holding on to prisoners. And so all of these activities that are taking place are to prove the power of God. That's why he says in Ezekiel 39, I'm going to turn you towards Israel. I'm going to drive you there. The purpose is to eliminate you. The purpose is for you to see the power of God. And let's talk about that. That's what God does. And sometimes we find ourselves in desolate places of our own life. We find ourselves where we happen to be in the midst of a problem. Could it be that God has driven us to that place so we can see the power of God? What is it that God is trying to tell us? He wants to show us who he is. He wants us to show us his ability and power. I've gone through challenges in my life that I never thought I would see the salvation. Truth be told, I never thought that I'd see the salvation of it. I thought there was a time that I thought I was losing everything. And when the real estate market crashed, I was losing my house. I had cars repossessed. I lost my income. I was in bad shape. I think I closed I even had to fire myself. When you're an entrepreneur and you pay yourself, I had to fire myself because I couldn't afford me. It's a funny story. One day I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. I had called my CPA and I said, hey, I have a problem. He says, what's that? And he says, I can't afford my salary. He says, well, you don't have to pay yourself. Well, that's true. I don't have to pay myself, but I'm paying into unemployment. Just because I don't pay myself, I still need to eat. That's what I told him. I still need to eat. I need food. And he goes, well, what are you going to do? And he says, well, I've been paying everybody who gets paid. When I worked for my own company, I was a W-2 employee to my company. That means I paid FICA and taxes and Social Security. I paid into all that. And I said, do I qualify for unemployment insurance? And he says, well, I guess you do. He says, but are you no longer going to work for the company? I said, well, I'm no longer going to get paid from the company, but I'm not going to let my company go bankrupt. And he says, well, I've never heard of this before. And I said, well, that's, if I was just an employee and I couldn't afford me and I would have to terminate me. And then if I was employed by another company, I got terminated and I went to the employment office, will they pay me? Because I've been paying into it. He says, yes, they will. I said, okay. Well, I'm firing me. So I went into the kitchen and I said, all right, Clark, I've got to have a staff meeting. So I'm sorry, this is HR. Can't afford you anymore, so I have to fire you. And I said, what? You're a horrible boss. I said it to myself. I said, you're a horrible boss. Hey, don't talk bad about me. I was a good boss. You haven't been earning the money that the company needs to be able to continue to pay you. And I said, I've been working hard as I can. You should still pay me. No, I don't have the money to pay you. So I'm arguing with myself. My wife was laughing. And I said, so I'm terminating you. So I filed termination papers. And then I went to the unemployment office and I filed for unemployment. And I started getting paid unemployment. All of that's completely legal. 100% completely legal. Because they couldn't afford me. I lost all my clients. I lost my income. Lost all that. I still needed to eat. It was a fraction of what I was getting paid. But it helped me for however long I was on unemployment. I don't remember now. Probably a year and a half. It was a while. Till I was able to get income back into the house and into the business. And then I converted everything. And God began to get me out of my issues and my situations and circumstances. I had to shed myself from responsibilities and debts, and had to get myself managed properly. But meanwhile, I was getting my house repossessed. I already got a car repossessed. I had to remanage all the bills, and I thought I was in the middle of losing everything. And even the threat of being forcibly removed out of my house, and began to fight for the house, and we found some laws. And then the bank that held my note on the house went bankrupt. This was, if you look at it, 2007, 2008, 2009 was the hardest real estate season. The mortgage company that held my note went bankrupt, and no one had rights to take my house. So we just stayed on top of the paperwork, because there were still processors. They were going to try to take the house and then auction it off. And everybody was going to make money except for the mortgage company that gave me the loan, or myself. So I was able to file proper papers, that kept me in the house for 14 years, 7 to 16 years, 14 years, 2007 all the way to 2022. And then when I sold the house, so I lived from 2007 to 2022. Let's count. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 15 years. I lived in the house for 15 years. 2022, yeah. I lived in the house for 15 years without making a single payment, no foreclosure, and was able to live there just like it's my home. God did that. He wanted to show what he could do, wanted to show what his power was. And it's ministered to me all those years, 15 years. I've never heard of anybody living in a house 15 years without it being repossessed or foreclosed on and all that. But no, 15 years. God took care of me. and the family. And I paid the light bill and, took care of the house and cleaned and mowed and all that other good stuff. And because it was still my house. I had bought the house. But the institution that financed it went bankrupt. Those were the ones that I owed. I owed them. But now they didn't exist anymore. So why would I let the court have it when the company that I owed no longer existed? I mean, that's a big, big deal. I've never heard of that before in my life, and realtors that I know of never heard of that. Mortgage companies that I heard never heard of that. But then again, nobody ever heard about the real estate market crashing. God did that whole thing to teach me. That's what he's saying in the book of Ezekiel 29. That's the prophetic word for the day, that God causes our enemies. The Bible says, I cause your enemies to rise up over your head, to drive you to a wealthy place. That's a powerful scripture. If you look that up, you're going to be shocked to see how God does that. Why does he do those things? Man, only God knows. It's to guide us, to teach us, to prepare us for the word. And you might have a problem with it, but I don't. Because ultimately, I'm living my life understanding the power and the presence of God and how he takes care of us. Through the worst of the situations, through the best of the situations, he takes care of us. Because even during that season, I didn't miss a meal. I had transportation. We were able to celebrate and enjoy ourselves. We lived very